All right, E3 in 4K continues here on YouTube as we get ready for the Xbox press conference at the top of the hour, the reveal of Project Scorpio. But joining us right now from Telltale Games is the team behind the just announced Minecraft Story Mode Season 2. We've got Job Stoffer, Eric Stripe, and Catherine Tabor?
Yes, Tabor.
Tabor. Good to have you guys with us. So let's talk a bit about this Minecraft Story Mode. I think was a delight for people that love Minecraft, but got to see a Telltale-style adventure set in that world with lots of great voices, including Kat and other guest stars. And now we're on to Season 2, as Telltale does. So tell us, you announced it last week, Season 2, obviously a continuation of the story. How can you set up for us, Eric?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing that we've got going on is in the last season we got to see Jessie and all of her friends kind of went on this adventure to save the world from the Wither Storm. And this season is kind of looking at, now a few years on, sort of seeing what happens after you've saved the world and kind of what happens to this group of friends that was brought together and how do those relationships evolve and change and how has the world sort of changed because of it. And I think what's really exciting is, we're seeing Jessie going up against some sort of new foes that kind of challenge her in ways unlike with the Wither Storm, where the Wither Storm was a big giant monster destroying, consuming everything. And this time around, we've got a villain coming up that I think is going to challenge the player in kind of more cerebral and more thoughtful ways that should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, that and, when we announced this thing 2 years ago, it was 2015 when we announced Story Mode Season 1, and everyone's like, how's that even going to work? There's no story, there's no characters in Minecraft. I don't get it. And then, for us, it was always like, no, this is perfect. This is, when you're playing Minecraft, the sky's the limit. You can create anything you want. You can create your own stories when you're playing Minecraft, when you're playing with your friends, when you're out on adventures. And for us, that was like, this is the perfect material to build our own universe. It's probably the one thing for us that thus far feels the most like a new IP is what these characters
can be so creative, right? Because you're right. Like
Yeah.
when you're working with Borderlands or Game of Thrones, it's like there's some restrictions or canon to it. Whereas here, you can do whatever you want.
And the thing with us is, I think a lot of people have been Telltale fans for over a decade, but then we had a huge surge when people played The Walking Dead in 2012. But it was more of a mature audience. And for us, we kind of build Telltale like a network where there's stuff for older people, and now there's stuff for kids and family. And for Minecraft, I think a lot of people, when they look at Telltale, they've been wanting us to do more puzzles and more interactivity, more things that are kind of harkening back to classic adventure games. We kind of got to dabble in that a bit more in Season 1, and we're doing a lot more in Season 2, where there's more crafting, deeper crafting mechanics, more puzzles out the gate when you're in the Prismarine temples. And actually, I think they're running parts of it right now. But yeah, there's
All ties in.
there's just a lot. It's a rich environment for us to explore puzzles, relationships, adventuring, and crafting, and we love it.
The atmospheres are amazing. Like every time that we start working on a new, little section, and it's like, here's what's happening in this one, and this is where you are. Yeah. It's sort of like all this dream come true stuff of like every kind of fantasy environment you could ever imagine, we get to be in.
And what I love is that you get to create an entirely new character here.
Yeah.
Joe was saying it's like, it's not like you're inheriting some character from a book or whatever. So tell us about, kind of creating the voice and the personality of the character. How did you work with Telltale to bring that to life?
Well, the whole thing was so cool because, it really is the situation where Pat and Oswald and I literally say exactly the same words. There's no change for the gender.
But I heard that more people pick you.
Well,
that
I don't know.
True. We've been seeing it leaning towards Kat, so.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, honestly, and this is not just because I'm sitting next to him, but the writing is so good that it's really fun. And the process also is that we go through and we do stuff and then it gets tested and really trying to make sure that the audience is going to get just the best adventure experience that they can. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's been a cool character, and that aspect that you can play either way. And but the dialogue is exactly the same. The male and female Jessie definitely have different personalities, but just so much fun.
And I think something that is really cool, like with the episodic model, because we've done dozens of sessions together at this point, and then over the course of now the season and these new episodes we're working on, and what's been really cool about that is Jessie has been sort of an evolving character over time, and it's been funny sort of seeing like the vocal mannerisms and things like that have emerged. That some come from Patton's session, a lot come from Kat's sessions. And sort of watching as Jessie's emerged as this like hybrid character, and like Kat was saying, even though it's the exact same script, fans and everyone do really talk about female Jessie and male Jessie like they are different characters, and I think that's one of my favorite parts about just seeing like because like we just had Scott Porter in the other day, and he was talking about recording as Lucas, and he was like, man, like I always, I tend to record hearing cat stuff being played for me as an example, but then it's like then he'll see the final version with Pat and stuff in the game, and he's like, and it just feels like a totally different dynamic. And he's like, did I record that? Because that doesn't sound like the stuff I was just in recording, and it's really, really cool to see how that emerges.
Well, we're going to see some of it now because we've got an exclusive clip. The moment you've all been waiting for has arrived. We're going to show you guys an exclusive first look world premiere. This is sort of a sequence from the game, right?
Yeah, so what's happening in this?
Yeah, so this is, we are down in a prismarine temple down at the bottom of the ocean. It is known as the Sea Temple. And I know in a lot of the footage and screenshots so far we've seen Jessie as this gauntlet strapped to her hand. And this gauntlet has been sort of whispering her name, and it leads her on this journey down to this temple under the sea. What we're seeing down here is a rather terrifying encounter with a giant prismarine colossus down there. And it should be a pretty exciting time.
All right, well, let's see it now. Here is Minecraft Story Mode Season 2.
Now, if only our way out wasn't blocked by all those freaky soldiers.
Perhaps they went away?
I'm guessing no. There are so many of them.
Stay behind me, Nerm.
Worst statues ever. Oh, geez. Big hand. Very big. Think now might be a good time for that structure block? I don't know how it works.
Try everything then. Now, please.
Oh, man.
Hello, Jessie.
It talks.
Here they come. Come on. I'll show you what we did to our enemies in Perganga. Still behind me, Nerm?
Get ready, you guys. Think you're all cool because of how tall you are, huh? Proud of how tall you are? In your face. Whew. Metaphorically.
Why, hello.
Hi. Whoa, too close.
Stand still.
My sword! I can almost reach it! It's so close!
Don't worry. I've got it. Mostly.
Whoa, close call.
Jack! I'm okay. Mostly.
Oh no. Jack, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Got my bad eye.
Well, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yes.
A little tease of what you're doing. When can we expect episode 1 to come out?
That is July 11th. We're about a month away right now.
Oh, wow.
It's we premiere these things. Summer's a great time to be playing, at home with family, with younger players. And what's awesome this time around is, we premiered this game 2 years ago with season 1 at the
Yep.
Cinerama Dome in
Yeah, which was
Hollywood.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Hundreds of kids
Crowd.
screaming at the screen,
Yeah.
and since then we've integrated this feature called crowd
Crowd,
play.
yeah.
So now you can fire up the game at home, and if you have your family sitting around on the couch, the player can guide the story, but everyone can log in from their cell phones, and your audience of players, if they're just in the couch on your living room, they can help decide what's happening in the story. And that's something we're expanding for streaming services like Mixer and pretty much all over the web. It's kind of becoming a bigger thing for Telltale too. So
No, I love that you guys are always getting feedback from the fans. I was going to ask you, Eric, in terms of
Yeah.
feedback from the first season for the second thing. What will players find in season 2 that might be something they requested the first time around?
You know,
I think they'll find more fans in the game. Last season we had some of the biggest fans of Minecraft in the community. We had, Stampy Cat and Stacy Plays. They're actually going to be in episode 1. And
Okay. Oh, cool.
I think as we roll along the season towards episode 5.
Yeah, I think something that's really cool to see is we had such an enormous cast of characters after 8 episodes of the first season. And it's been really fun trying to find ways to, obviously we can't bring back absolutely everyone, but it's been fun trying to find ways to bring in cameos, bring in different
You had
characters.
such an awesome voice cast. First time I remember it was like Paul Rubens,
Paul
Roy
Rubens,
Feldman,
Patton Oswalt,
Yeah.
Catherine Tabor,
And
Scott Porter.
Yeah, we've got some amazing folks joining us this time around. Like we just saw in that clip there, the kind of mulleted adventurer with the beard. That's Jack, voiced by the amazing Fred Tatasciore. He's been just phenomenal
Super
to work
excited to have Fred, and we also have Yuri Lowenthal.
with. Showing up as Jesse's assistant,
really
Radar, who's
exciting.
wonderful, and
that's awesome.
the cast just keeps expanding. And as a kind of big voice actor nerd, I feel so lucky the folks that we get to work with, and it's been really, really phenomenal.
As you said, it's so creative and fun that Telltale gets to play with this and work with great talent like you, Kat. So thanks for the first look, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank you.
for having us.
E3